Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd like everybody just to take a deep breath really quick. Just take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and joining me this evening, either here live or watching the live stream. Tonight, I'd like to kind of take you on a little bit of a journey. We go through most of our days worrying about something we might have to do in the future, remembering something that has happened in the past, or just having our attention drawn away in so many different directions. Sometimes it just seems impossible to stay in the present moment. But while you're here, I hope you may discover that the present moment is closer than you think. Sometimes we just need a way to get back to it. In the short time that I first asked you to breathe, your attention probably got drawn away from your breath in the matter of seconds. But it doesn't look like anybody died. It doesn't look like anyone stopped breathing. In fact, since I started talking, most of you probably took about 15 or 20 breaths. But my guess is nobody counted or thought about the breaths they took. They just simply happened. The piece you just heard is called Qi by the Chicago-based composer and hornist Wayne Liu. Qi is Mandarin for air or breath, but also translates to mean life or spirit. I find it really interesting how the word translates so many different things. But to be alive, one must breathe. Like the composer, I've spent the past few years developing a relationship to my own breath. I've read books about it. Most of you have probably heard me talk about it. I've even attended some workshops on it. I've also practiced a couple of different breathing methods that I've personally found to have made some really profound impacts on my life. And today, I'd like to share a little bit of that with you. Meditation, I know it sounds really daunting, don't worry about it. But I think meditation is more of a practice of doing less rather than the practice of doing more. We often think that it's something that takes our attention away from the present moment. However, it's a practice of being with yourself, being with your breath in the present moment. Before the next piece, I'd like to guide everybody on just a really quick attention to their breath. During this time, I'm just going to ask you to simply cover your attention with your breath like a blanket. Try to feel your whole breath from the moment it starts to the moment it ends. I want everyone just to take one more deep breath in right now, please. And let it go. If you're comfortable and like to close your eyes, please do so. One more time, just in through your nose and hold it, and release it through your mouth. Allow your body to find its natural rhythm. Don't try to control your breath in any way. Simply observe what you experience without assigning any judgment. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. You might notice that the inhale and the exhale feel a little bit different. You might notice that on the inhale, it's a little bit colder, and on the exhale, it's a little bit warmer. Just try to feel all the experiences with the breath that you can. One more time, just breathe in, feel the full breath, and release it. The air enters your nostrils and travels down your throat into your belly, and often expands your ribs. Feel the breath there from the moment it starts to the moment it ends. As you release your next breath, also try to release any tension in your body. If you feel your mind drifting away in other directions at any moment, that's okay. Just bring your attention back to the breath. If you notice any other sounds or thoughts around you, accept them for what they are, just lapses in your attention. But always return to your breath. Think of your breath as an anchor that you can always come back to over and over again whenever you get distracted. Begin again for 20 seconds. And you might want to count your breaths or think about saying the words in or out for your breath. And as I begin playing some music, I invite you to continue focusing on your breath this whole time. Thank you. How's everyone feeling? A little calmer, hopefully? Good. Hopefully no one fell asleep. If you do feel a little more relaxed, though, a little more in control of your mind, or just experience some moments of peace in this hectic world, I do encourage you to look more into meditation or some other breathing practices. The best part about breathing is that it's free. It's always with you, and it's always something that you can come back to. In fact, when I walked off stage, I just took a couple breaths because I needed it. However, there's a lot more to air than just breathing. Air is all around us, but we hardly ever think about it. It's an extremely powerful force of nature. Winds have even been recorded as fast as 250 miles per hour. This next piece, featuring Sarah Kane as our narrator, tells a story of how the wind and the sun decided who was the more powerful force of nature.
The wind and the sun. A quarrel took place between the north wind and the sun over who was more powerful. Neither could convince the other of its ultimate power, but when they saw a man on the road far below, they knew they had found a way of settling their dispute. Who could get the cloak off of the back of that traveler, said the north wind. Whoever could do that would surely be more powerful, agreed the sun. The north wind went first and sent out a long blast of cold air, trying to blow off the man's garment. Boy, is it cold, said the traveler, but the cold air just made him shiver and rub his hands together to keep warm. After several of these blasts, in one final effort, the north wind let out an even longer blast of cold air. But the traveler only pulled his garment tighter and tighter. So the sun went next. After driving the clouds from the sky, he sent down his warm rays on the traveler. Although the sun's beams were not forceful or violent, they still had their effect. Oh, I was so cold before, said the traveler, but now I'm becoming too warm. Perhaps I should take off my cloak. And with that, he did, and went over to rest in the shade of the nearest tree. So, now you know, said the sun to the wind. Gentle persuasion is always better than force.
So I'd like to do something a little bit different as well. So when I first thought about this concert and what I wanted it to be, I wanted it to be something that I truly cared about and something that more than just me, hopefully everybody should care about. And that is the planet. One thing that we take for granted so much is how great the planet is, especially being in Colorado. For those of you who are out of town and for those of you who live here, like, it's just an incredible place to see the mountains, to see rivers, to see lakes, to see whatever have you. However, one thing that is really sad about it is that when I first moved here, I didn't realize how bad the air quality was. And it's gotten worse in the past couple of years since I've been here. So the next two pieces are going to talk a little bit about that. This first piece, Earth Songs by Lawrence Lowe, was written, I believe, in 2021. So it's a very new piece. And it was written to show both the beauty and the sadness about the earth. The second piece is going to be a brand new commission by Jordan Holloway, who I believe is watching. So, hi, Jordan. And this is the first piece that I've ever commissioned from someone, and I had no idea what to expect going into it. And so we ended up meeting over coffee one day and just kind of talked about the impending, for lack of a better term, the impending doom of global warming and what that feels like. And I kind of told him that he had free reign with this piece, and I wanted him to do whatever he felt was the most authentic to his own experience in living in this earth and hoping for a better world, but not sure if we're going to get it. So the next piece after Earth Songs is going to be the new premiere of Jordan Holloway's Suffocation Elegy. I hope you guys enjoy. Before we get into this last piece, I just want to say thank you to a few people that I could not have done this performance without. First, give it up one more time for Jordan Holloway and his new piece. I also really want to thank my collaborators, Sarah Kane, the narrator, Matthew Sebald on piano, and Shi Zhang on piano. Also, huge shout out to the Muse. Without this space, this performance would not have come together like it did. It's a fantastic place. Please follow them on all social medias and everything. I also want to thank all of you who are here watching in live and the live stream, specifically my family who flew out from North Carolina to watch me perform tonight. So I know that last piece was a little depressing. I understand. If you know me, I'm not a pessimistic guy. I'm kind of optimistic about how the world's going to turn out. Unfortunately, I can't say exactly how it will. But this next piece, Song of a New World, is a very bluesy piece. It's very influenced by jazz, very influenced by like blues harmonies, which traditionally is like, you know, the blues. And as I perform this piece, I hope you guys think about how we can make the world a better place in the future by coming together, thinking about breath, thinking about air, making sure that future generations are able to experience the fantastic air quality that we have on some days in Colorado. Also, if you want to get some drinks afterwards, we're going to William Oliver's Public House up in here in Lafayette. So.